evening, Rajpal. How are you doing?
I'm fine. What about you, ma'am?
I am
How are
doing excellent. Thank you so much for asking. So you're just fine?
Yes, everything is
Just fine. Nothing else than that. Not bad, not great, but I'm just fine.
nowadays everything is just fine. No one is in the such a position where we can say that they are in the good position.
Why would you say that? Why do you think like that?
Because so many things are there. Mm,
Mm-hmm.
from the common people perspective, inflation is there because when we say we are totally good, so we have to encapsulate so many things in that. For example,
Mm-hmm.
in my case, I'm a student, so I
Mm-hmm.
got result the last month, so I failed in that exam. So I cannot say that I'm completely well, but yes, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Yes, this is what my reference.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right. So, see, there are difficulties in life. Everybody has. And I think not just common people, people who are multimillionaires, they also have problems in life, right? But it is all about your perspective. It is all about how you want to look at things. Now, flunking in an exam is not necessarily a very bad thing. And I think you also understand that. And it just means that you need to push yourself a little harder and put in a little more effort, and you will definitely be able to clear that burden, right?
Yes, correct. And so actually today
Perfect.
I was taking a session with someone that is my co-learner. So he was describing his problem, his family's issues, and then I said it's not just happening with you. I'm also going in the same circle, and so we
Yeah,
just on that. So I think the
correct.
problems are the I think the ups and downs are a part of life. We should just enjoy them because they are just the
Absolutely.
temporary. They are the temporary.
Absolutely. I agree with you, and very well stated. Problems are going to be there always. Ups and downs are temporary. But I think it's only because of the downs that you learn to appreciate the ups that you face in life, right?
True. So, ma'am,
Hmm.
I first saw you on the Palvi ma'am, on your YouTube. So when you mention about your YouTube channel, then I search about you. Then I
Ah,
yes. So
okay, okay. I'm glad that you searched. So why don't you tell me about, about yourself a little bit? Let everybody know about you, and then we can get to the further discussion.
yes. So ma'am, this is Rajpal from UP, and I complete my master with political science. And my hobbies are reading books, daily learning, and playing badminton. And my one of the favorite hobbies are practicing yoga. And apart from
Hmm.
things, I'm preparing for the civil services.
Wonderful. That is great. So you said I play, my hobby is playing badmintons. It's not badmintons, playing badminton. It's a sport. It's the name of a sport. So it does not need a plural form. You can just say playing badminton.
Ma'am, I said playing badminton. It may be in the
It sounded like that, probably because of your rate of speech, because your rate of speech is too high. Try and speak a little bit with a little bit of pause so that you do not sound so fast. Okay?
it may be bent on the pillow.
Sorry?
I'm saying it maybe it bent on the pillow.
It went in the flow.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right. So tell me this, Rajpal, when is it that you realized that you have to work on your spoken English?
Ma'am, I would like to know about yourself a little bit.
Okay, sure, absolutely. I would definitely introduce myself to you. My name is Moupriya, as you already know, and I am a communication coach and a soft skills trainer. I'm born and raised in Kolkata, but I have been staying in Pune for the last 10 years. And I have done my graduation in international hospitality management from IIHM. I am also a TEFL certified spoken English trainer. And I have also done my communication training certification and corporate training certification from Indian Leadership Academy. I love training people. I love interacting with people. And that is why, probably, I am always eager to meet people like you and help you through your communication journey. Whenever I get a little free time, I love to travel. I spend a lot of time with my friends and family, and I love cooking. So, cooking is like my stress buster. I can cook at any time of the day. So, yeah, that's a little bit about me. If you have any specific questions, we can definitely take them at the end of the session. Okay?
Amazing, ma'am. Amazing your intro. And ma'am, I
Thank
just want
you.
to say one thing. Whenever I talk to someone, that person is the the Twitter. So their thinking and their command over the language is very wonderful. they give,
Thank you.
they give excellent vibes. It's appear that we are we are meeting very unique personality.
Wonderful. I'm glad that you feel that way. And I don't think it's too many years away when you would also be on the other side and you would also be guiding other learners and they will also look at you and feel the same way.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. So, yes, coming back to the question, what made you realize or understand that you need to work towards spoken English?
That was, I think, I guess it was last year in the October month. So I'm preparing for the civil service as I just mentioned. So in the civil services, we have to, as after selecting this service, so we have to post it in the different part of India. Different states are there in India, and we all know that so many states are there where they have their own language, local language, state language. So for me, I thought that it would be not possible for me to learn each and every local language of that particular state. So I think the English may be the middle language, and it would be better for me to learn this language. And then I learned this. Since then, I think I have been practicing and I'm meeting new pupils, and I'm working on that.
Okay, that's wonderful. So you said that is when I realized English may be the middle language. It's not the middle language. You can say it can be the common language.
Ma'am, I mean, we use the middle like when there is like a kind of bridge. Like,
Sorry?
I mean, we use the middle words when we talk about the two different things, like Hindi and the particular local language. So I thought it may be the middle language.
No, middle in this context is not right. If you are talking about, language as such, that, okay, there are many different states and there are many different languages, it will be difficult for me to learn so many languages. So it's better I learn a common language, which is English. You don't
Yes,
say
I
a
think
middle language. Middle is not the right word to use in this context. Middle
yes,
means when you have two things and there is one thing in between. So, Rajpal is sitting in the middle row. That is middle,
yes,
a row.
yes,
But here we are talking
yes.
about a language. A language is never in the middle.
Yes, and now I'm realizing that I must have used the common because
Common.
even
Yes.
we can just see that in the around the world the English is the common language, not the middle language.
Yes, absolutely.
And ma'am, when I drop the message to you, so I use the word poised, and so you
Mm-hmm.
said that this word is not the correct in that context. But because my hobby is the reading newspaper, so I get this kind of the sentence structure, and I just take out from the newspapers. Uh, so I use them. So I was reading the interview of our foreign minister. So he
Mm-hmm.
used that word. So I thought that it is the correct. That is why I use. So just
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know.
Okay, so let's talk about the word poised. Do you know what is the meaning of the word poised?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the meaning?
In the Hindi we can say like if we are balanced and we are like santulit for something in the Hindi.
Yes. So poised means when you are calm and composed. So poised is more of a demeanor. Like my nephew is very poised during his classes, like a child, okay? A person with a calm and composed kind of a demeanor is called poised, right? So the context in which you used the word was not correct. I asked you, let's meet at 6 p.m. today. If you say, yes, ma'am, I am poised for it, you cannot mean to say that I am calm and composed for it. There, first you will say, I am ready for it, or I am prepared for it, I am up for it.
Yes.
And then when we meet, you can say, I'm all poised for the interview now, or I'm all poised for a recording now. So the context in which you're using the word, that matters.
Yes, I got it.
Understood the usage?
Yes, I got now. So it means that we cannot use the certain way, but when we meet that particular person, so we can. I mean, as of now, I'm meeting to you, so now I can use now that I was posed to meet you.
Not
But
posed, it's poised. So I can say that, hey Rajpal, you look quite poised for the meeting or for the session, right? When I see that you are quite calm and composed and ready for the meeting, I can refer to you like that. That Rajpal, you seem to be quite poised for the session.
Just
Got
like
it?
yes. So these are, I mean, some words are very common, so I don't understand, how to use them, and it's become very complicated for me to understand because there are only just minute, we can see the differences in the using the word.
Correct. Correct.
Like on the Skype when we talk to our co-learners, so everyone are on the same page. Everyone is on the same page. So no
Correct.
one knows what is the exact meanings and what are the correct sentence. How can we use them? So it become very. I would say it doesn't sit the right way. So that for that I think the role of the tutors become utmost importance to guide us and to navigate us. That what
Absolutely. That is very true. That is why you always need to have a tutor. Like I keep telling this to all my learners and my viewers as well. A tutor's role is to guide you and handhold you through your initial phase of learning. Peer learning comes at a stage where you are comfortable with the language. You know how to frame sentences, you know how to use your grammar, you know how to use certain words, and you know how to research for the usage of words. And then
yes.
you start practicing with someone else, because very rightly you pointed out that when you are learning with your peers, you don't know if you're saying it right or if you're saying it wrong, because there is nobody else to rectify you. And then what happens, sometimes your peer might say something incorrect and you pick it up without knowing that it is incorrect. So that chance is also there. And I was just speaking to somebody else before this meeting, and that person also told me that, ma'am, I was looking at, I was searching for some information on chat gpt, and it said that this is the right way to say it. So most of the times you cannot rely on ai, because ai works on the prompts or the commands that you give them. If your prompt is not right, the ai is not going to give you the right information as well. So you can't really blindly follow ai and say that, okay, I found it from ai, so it must be correct. So that's why the role of a tutor becomes pretty important at your initial stage of learning.
Yes, I think, ma'am, not just about the English language, for I think anything like comes to
Yeah,
exam,
of
because
course.
I mean the major reason I failed in my exam was because someone suggested me to take the advice, but I disowned because I thought that I could handle the things, and because when we have the mentor, so that mentor can guide us. In my case too, I think it was the biggest reason for me to be got the failure, because like if I'm making the mistake somewhere, so my mentor can suggest me. So in my case, I didn't keep the focus on my revision, my notes revision.
Mhm.
So I was overconfident. But if I am overconfident, so my mentor could understand that I'm the overconfident. So
Right.
that can give me suggestion that you should not do like that. So I think this is the
Absolutely. That's a very good realization, Rajpal, and I am glad to see that you have had that realization. I'll give you a small example. If the role of a mentor or a coach is not that important, why do you think these players, be it cricket players, football players around the world who are such big celebrities, why do they still have coaches? They can play on their own, they know the sport, they know how to play, they know like almost everything about the game. Still, there is a designated coach. Why do you
yes,
think that is?
yes.
Right?
And for this, I think we have the religious point of view in the Mahabharata to the Ramayana. In the
Mm-hmm.
Mahabharata, the Lord Krishna to suggest to
Correct.
the Arjuna in the Mahabharata. There was, I think, I'm just forgetting that his name. So, but that person was there, and even of course in Indian cricket team also there are the coaches are there. So I think the role of it is very crucial. You can just leave.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Coaches and mentors are always there to guide you, to hold your hand, to show you, the right path wherever you are going, a little diverted from your actual way and your actual path. So good that you realize that. And I'm sure that you're going to pay more attention and more focus on your learning journey going forward. And that is only going to show you a lot of success in your life, right?
Just yes.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful, great. All right. So where are you from? You said Rajpal?
So I'm from UP.
UP. Which part?
It's a western part.
Okay,
Best.
what's the name of the place?
It's a Rampur district nearby Muradabad.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
So
we had
again, this is one common issue that I see with most of the learners. Okay, you ask them, where are you from? I'm from UP. Which part? Northern part, western part. Okay, that is not what somebody is asking. When you are asked where are you from, you should specify first. I am from so and so district in UP. That is precise information. Okay, if somebody asks me that, Moupriya, where are you from? I will not say I'm from Maharashtra. I would say I'm from Pune, Maharashtra. Or I would rather say I'm from Pune. If that person don't know where Pune is, they will ask me, where is that? It's in Maharashtra. Okay, so being precise with your information is very important while you are communicating with others.
Yes, ma'am, you are correct. But ma'am, I used to say same things in the several times. So many person correct me that this is not the right way to say. I just used to say that I'm from the Rampur. It's located in the Uttar Pradesh. But people used to say me that this is not the correct. You are making the mistake. So that is after
No,
that.
anybody who is telling you that is definitely not giving you right information. It is always important that you say, which place. You can say, you can specify. You just don't say if it is a very small district or a town or a village. Don't just say that name. I'm from so and so. You can say I'm from Rampur, a district in Uttar Pradesh. You can say that. But always specify which place, because see, in Uttar Pradesh also there are so many places that somebody can refer to, right? There is Allahabad, there is Lucknow, there is so many other places. So how are you making it easy for your audience? You can only make it easy by telling them the exact place. If they have further questions, they will ask you.
Yes, ma'am. So this is
Understood?
yes, I got it. But earlier I used to that. In that context, so many person told me that this is not the right and you are making the mistakes, grammatical mistake they mentioned about that, so I stopped by using that.
Ah, okay, okay. That's why, again, mentors play a very important role in your life for you to not get confused in your early days of learning. Okay. Now, there was one point where you said, so many persons told me you are saying it wrong. It's not persons, so many people. Person is one person, like one man or a woman is a person, one person. As soon as it becomes more than one, they become people. So many people told me, not persons, singular plural.
Person used for the singular and the people for the plural.
Yes, plural is people.
Yes, ma'am, I know all of these things, but
Mm.
these things I mean don't come to my mind while using them.
So, if it doesn't come to your mind, how do you train yourself? You have to practice on your own. When I say practice on your own, try and frame as many sentences. So now I corrected you with this, right? For you to remember it, after this call, what you need to do is you need to practice as many words as possible or as many sentences as possible with people. How many different scenarios can you use to, frame a sentence with the word people? Try and do that in your mind. Try and do that by writing. That is what is going to make you proficient.
Just it means the self practice is the key to restrict
Yes,
myself.
absolutely. Self practice is very important. Putting in the effort is very important. As important as talking to other people is, talking to other people is one part of it. It is very important. But then talking to yourself in English, trying to make scenarios in your mind, how you will have conversations with people, practicing, record yourself and see how you are talking. How are you representing yourself in front of others? That is very important. So record yourself, play that video and see how are you doing, what kind of sentences are you constructing, how are you using your body language, your facial expression, all of that.
Just
And that will help you rectify and that will help you polish your skills.
and this was the one of the reason for me to create my own YouTube channel, so that
Mm.
I can watch my videos. Now I want to know one thing. Although you have mentioned in your one video, it's about that how much grammar is important and how many chapters are there in the grammar that important for a learner. And I'm asking for the two point of view. One for the beginner point of view, and another one is for if you want to go, I mean, advanced level. So how much grammar is important?
So grammar, see, for spoken English, the topics that I had mentioned already in the video, those are the topics that you need to know for spoken English. Like you need to know tenses. You need to know what is subject verb agreement. You need to know what prepositions are. You need to know what articles are. Without these topics, your sentences are always going to be incorrect. Okay,
Yes.
so that is number one. When it comes to beginner to advanced, then that's no more about grammar. Then it's about your vocabulary and how you are expressing yourself, which is your fluency, the kind of words that you're using. Are you using very basic words or are you using some advanced words? When I say advanced word, it doesn't mean you use like flowery ornamental language. It means, are you using words that are synonyms, but you are introducing variations in your speech? That is what is important. Okay,
Uh,
so grammar topics, you have to know the basics, but keep working on your delivery style. That is very important. Okay.
and, yes, ma'am. And one thing is there which I want to ask, ma'am. I have got so many sentence structure from the newspaper. There is one sentence structure which always make me very confused. That is, there was this sentence that I'm just quoting you, that may I want to ask something. So like when we ask something, so we just say that I would like to ask, but there was one sentence structure that may I want to ask something. So there was a
Mhm.
use of may and the want. So is this grammatically correct? Because sometime in the newspaper too, there are the mistakes. We cannot say that if this is the reputed newspaper, so everything is fine. I think it's not the factually correct.
Absolutely. It is not correct. May I want to ask something? It is definitely not correct when it comes to regular spoken English. Now, one thing that you need to understand is sometimes, okay, newspapers also have different styles of learning. Writing, right? Sometimes it will be informative. Sometimes it can be some creative writing that you are reading. You don't know. Okay. So first things first, you or any learner that should keep in mind is please do not go ahead and start comparing written English to spoken English because these are two entirely different worlds. Okay, written English is different, but when you are focusing on spoken English, that is why I keep saying do not read newspapers for spoken English. Newspapers can be used for vocabulary at times, but then newspapers again uses vocabulary which are very I would say they're very theoretical. That's not practical, fluency based words that are being used. So it is a very old way of learning English that you read newspapers and you learn English language as a spoken language. When you are wanting to learn spoken English, your attitude or your way to go towards achieving that goal has to be a little different. You have to focus on spoken words. That's why it is important that you start watching English content where people are talking. You can listen to stories. You have podcasts where you see people are talking. There are interviews that are going on. Not written interviews, but spoken interviews. You have podcasts, you have TED Talks where people are interacting, spoken English. You can watch movies, you can watch web series. There are so many, like there are hundreds of ways nowadays. So you need to shift your learning style. You need to shift your, focus from newspapers to the, auditory way of learning, wherein you are listening to the language that will help you understand the right form of forming your sentences, and it will help you with fluency, it will help you with expression, and it will also help you with vocabulary at one point. So shifting the pattern of learning again becomes very important.
So it means that we should not rely on the writing, whatever is written in the newspapers, because that is the very different thing when we come to the
Yes,
speaking point of view.
yes, it's written English, it's written literature. So there are different ways of expressing yourself. There are different point of views that are being expressed. You don't know, maybe you do not understand the context in which it was written. Written English, that's why, is very different. If you don't understand the context, you can take it in a completely different manner.
And ma'am, another is with relate with that. This is about I would want to ask something. It's
I would want to ask something.
so is this
I would want to ask something.
correct
Yes,
grammatically?
this is absolutely correct.
Okay. Because
Okay.
sometimes in the newspaper so many things are there, because my hobby is the reading newspaper, so for me it's I would say very interesting to know about new sentence structure. Sometimes whenever I feel that it might be grammatically incorrect, so I try to ask with the someone that person is more better than me, more
Mhm.
better, so that if there is any
We
kind
don't say more better. We say better. Better is
yes,
already a degree of comparison.
later on I correct better,
Hmm.
that that
Correct.
also came in full.
Okay, perfect. All right. So, Rajpal, it was great connecting with you today. I really enjoyed our conversation, and I would definitely hope to meet you again in future. Um, I hope you also enjoyed the session.
Yes, likewise.
Okay, perfect. All right. So, thank you so much for joining, and I would definitely want to see you again. Till then, take care of yourself.